Hello students, welcome back to module 3, content 6. We were talking in the previous video, we were understanding what is SEO and we understood what is the importance of keyword. So let's get in detail about this keyword. Okay, so how does a keyword plays an important role in your getting more views to your website? Keyword is something what the user is going to type in the search box. So your website will be working based on the text based or whatever logical, or it depends on how the user is going to search for the content. So we have two different strategies for ranking this keyword. How do I rank my keyword? How to identify which keyword will the user type most prominently? So how do I understand that? So we have two types of strategy that is being used. One is called on-page SEO strategy. The other one is called as off-page SEO strategy. So mainly this keyword, it depends on three main components I can tell. One is the search content, the next one is the competition, and next one is the relevancy. Suppose you have the blog for ice cream and inside your website, no, if you have mentioned chocolate and the flavors of the ice cream, instead you have not mentioned the very key term or something about the ice cream you have missed, then that relevancy depends, that keyword. You can also use different types of keyword search. There are tools are also available. In upcoming slides I'll be showing you what tools are there to identify which keyword is that which the user is always typing. Okay, and now we'll look into the strategies of SEO. We have two main strategies. That is, one is called as on-page strategy. The other one is called as off-page strategy. On-page SEO and off-page SEO. This on-page SEO is nothing but optimizing your website. Optimizing means bringing your website to the first place. So when you are doing this, there are various other many factors that has to be considered when you have to keep all your website on the top itself. So one is like bringing the page on the top. We have some following a few sets of 5 to 6 set of parameters to every time bring your website on the top of the list, so that the tendency of user to click that particular link is more. There is something that is called as on page. The other one is off page, that is working behind the scene or behind the website, working beside, so that you can improve the rank of the search and you can bring the search contents, so that it will have a more credibility to your website, so that many people will try to access the website, thereby increasing the traffic, thereby people are more aware about your particular website. So as I told you, there are many tools available in the market, and Google itself is providing us many tools to identify which are the keywords that the user is most predominantly they are using it. So we have something called as Google Keyword Planner and Ahref. So these are the place where you can just log into. You can identify what type of keyword is most prominent, or what is that mostly people are using. Okay, suppose you are planning to create your own or start your online business, so you want to know which is currently moving, or what is trending right now, what is that people are always searching for. So if you take the statistics, you can see maybe people are looking for a charger often, people are looking for some particular brand phones often. So you wanted to create a website or a page where the people will be searching for these phones, and you have some information about those phones. Suppose some new product is in the market and people are looking for reviews, so you can identify what people are really looking for. In that case, we have all this Ahref, so that it will show the network traffic, what is that people are looking for, how to identify what keywords are that people using. So we have following set of some parameters for to work on your that is two types of strategies: on page SEO and off page SEO. The first and main parameter of on page SEO is title tag. By now you have learned HTML tags, CSS tags, more of technical parts. but you must know what is the significance of this title tag. This title tag, as you would have seen in the head, inside the head tag, we give this title. That is what appears on the tab name. This title tag is very, very crucial for your website. If at all you are planning to create your website, it is almost displaying the summary of your website itself in one line. It's one line message about your website. So this title tag is what it is appearing on your Google below the search page, whatever you are typing. So here there is an example of Simply Learn. I am typing on Simply Learn, and you can see how many result is coming. So you can see Simply Learn. This is the first one which is appearing. The first one what is appearing, it is nothing but what you have given inside your title tag that appears. So whatever name you are giving, it should match with the keywords what the user will type. So always see to that you will have something relevant inside your title tag. Apart from title tag, what other tags are very important? The next one, the important tag is called as your meta description tag. So we would have been writing this meta tag as well. If at all you have learned all your CSS part and HTML part, we also use this meta tag data as well. Okay, just a minute. So this meta tag, the description, just yeah. So meta tag description is also very important. What does this meta tag description contain? It will be just a summary, or it will be just a description part of the content of your web page itself, and it is displayed on your whatever is displayed on your inside your meta tag. You will be having the description of your website, short lines or whatever you what the website is going to do. Generally we write this meta tag. Meta tag is nothing but it talks about itself. Always meta tag is nothing but it describes about itself, then we use this meta tag. So now you understood what is the significance or the importance of the title tag and what is the importance of the meta tag as well. Okay, so you can see here there is a following example. I have just typed in Google how to become an digital marketing specialist so that I can earn more. So here, when I type this, you can see some results appear here on the screen. So what I have typed in the Google search box, based on that the description it is matching and it is giving the search result. So I should pre-think what are all the possibilities that the user will type in the search box. So if you are telling ma'am like we can't pre-think like how to identify, so there are many tools available in the market just to identify different types of keywords that are most prominently used by the users. So meta description, it is also important. So next is URL, your uniform resource locator. I think everyone knows what is this URL is. So always it is a good practice, or it is an user-friendly practice I can tell, to use and understand the proper URL structure. Always it is better to have a proper URL structure. So always have some protocols and have always get some domains for your website. And domain in the sense, most prominently used domain will be a .com.org instead of going for a domain of lesser price, so that the tendency of making your website appearing in the higher rank will be more compared to a lower rank. If I'm going to have a domain like XYZ, what I was showing you as a dummy account, no one else will be looking for XYZ. So seeing that XYZ, I'll not have that assurance, or I'll not have that surety. So it is an real ones or real website. Okay, so when you choose your URL, so be careful. Next is your header tags. So header tag is also playing a very important role in your on-page SEO strategy. So header tag will identify, you know, this H1 to H6 tags we have. It is basically talking about the size of your text according to the hierarchy. So H1 generally that will be used for a main heading of your page. H2 will be the subheading, like that as such it goes down. So use the proper usage of your heading tags so that all the contents size will not look similarly if you have a sub tags or subheadings and all. So use your heading tags properly. And next very important thing is internal links. So using this internal links only, the user will be able to navigate inside your website itself. You should not leave your website and go. So I have clicked on Simply Learn and some content it is showing. Again, it should whatever the user is looking for inside that web page itself, add some links so that the user is not coming out of that page. Instead, he is still active using your website page itself. So add some internal links. And the next one, how efficiently we can use this keywords. What is the importance of this keywords? Just before some time I told. Apart from that, what other possibilities are there with this keywords alone? Inside Google, there is something called as AdWords or Google Keywords, AdSense. If you just go to Google and click on the following things, you will be getting a number of keywords that has been used. So these keywords are nothing but what the user will be using. It is based on NLP, natural language processing. Google has its own word algorithm inside that, and it is a so sophisticated algorithm, no one is able to crack that what type of algorithm Google is using. Like you would have seen this in Google, you'll type if you start typing like what, and later rest of the things also Google predicts it. That is nothing but natural language processing. So it makes a search engine to fill the keywords. So here there is an example. If you're looking for a website about digital marketing and what types of keywords you wanted to use inside digital marketing, so as soon as you type, the rest of the questions are also, it pops down, you can see some more questions it comes, and it adds few more things. What all things, what are the possibility that people will be looking for? So the importance of keyword is very vast. So Google has some algorithm inbuilt which is capable of predicting what the people will want. Okay. So next is something called as site maps. So what is the site maps doing? This is also a type of an on-page SEO strategy. So by now I think you all understood what is an on-page SEO strategy. Sitemap is nothing but it is like to have a proper structure to your website. Either if you are going to use using HTML sitemaps, or you are going to involve XML sitemaps. This there are different types of web crawlers available. So using that you can create your website. You can either go for an HTML or you can go for an XML. So when talking about the sitemaps, we have many editors. Editor is nothing but a place where you can type or execute a program, that is called as an editor. So generally now you would have been executing using a notepad application. Apart from that, there are many applications which act like an editor. If at all I'm using a MacBook, in MacBook we don't have a notepad, we use a text edit. If at all leave about MacBook and all, there is some other software available in market just to type all your HTML codings. So you can also use a Sublime. There is a software. Notepad plus plus is also a software where you can embed your HTML codings and XML codings inside it. So what is the advantage of this editors? With the Notepad, what is by default we have it in our system, and the editors will have some inbuilt or default tags, default codes, default color codes, default classes, functions, and if at all you're creating any input tags, data and all, it will be stored by default. How does it comes? It is specially made for the XML series or HTML series, so it will have all those contents inside it. So now there is a clear understanding on on-page SEO. So let's see what is this off-site SEO doing. So off-site SEO's off-page SEO's main job is building links, associated links you will be building for your website, so that you will have a better clarity about the website, and you tend to have more ranking or more views inside that site itself for a longer time. So for link building, we have two main strategies inside that is having a good content or if spending more time on the website or like similar to yours and finding out what are the relevant content they have put and taking the similar contents and updating in your website, or collaborating with one or more website, or collaborating with many other people whose page is having more views, adding your content in their page so that they come back to your page as well and visit that. So all these are the shortcut, and building internal links so that people will start looking at your website. Okay, so the next part is, how does Google rank the website? So I was talking about the rank. So this rank is based on, there is always a competition and how well they are maintaining their website, how well frequently they keep updating the website, adding new contents inside the website. If at all I create one website today and I don't at all update my contents, I have all old data. So will anyone bother to look into my website? No. So always you see to that you update your website so that your ranked position will remain the same. So the apart from the Google, there are many different types of ranking available. One is called scrolling, the other one is called indexing, the last one is your ranking, how to bring the prioritize your website. So crawling is nothing but we have generally we call this search engines as spiders or bots. Earlier we call in that way. So spiders or bots, so which is capable of scanning your website and all your website contents and stores it inside some index of the search engine. So whatever the user is typing or whatever we are searching for, the spider or bots, it will keep all the copy of that content what the user is typing. So one copy is being stored. You would have heard about incognito mode. So incognito mode is nothing but a private browsing where it will not take the history of the data, whatever you are looking for, whatever they are searching for will not be stored. But otherwise all other search is storing the history of what you are searching for. The next one is called as indexing. You can index all your web pages. You can add numbers to all your search results, and so that no one will be able to find like what you are searching for on the website. You can add numbers to your web pages so that you can understand there is a connectivity from one page to another page. So next is ranking, which is the most predominantly searched item or which is the most used website that will be ranked. The most important part now comes, how to make money out of, after learning all these modules, SEO module, how to make a money out of this website monetization. Does not only getting money from your website, increasing more traffics, more number of views, many people looking into your website, many people looking into YouTube channel, increasing the traffic will creates an revenue for you. Other many methods how to earn money through online. One is like displaying advertisement, that is using Google Ads is also there. Google AdWords is there. You can just enroll. You can, it is just 149 rupees or 299 rupees. They will be giving you a particular amount. You by then you will be able to post some ads or click on as many ads possible as they mention, so that they pay you some commission for that. So displaying that advertisement and having more traffic on that, or getting more audience to that advertisement, or active advertisers. So next is very important concept called as affiliate marketing, very much in trend, and this is also one such thing. You can work it from home. Just go to Google or go to Flipkart, go to Amazon, go to Paytm. If you are the person who is more frequently purchasing in online, and if you have all your friend circle who keeps purchasing in online, and you are planning to have a blog where you are looking out for what are people purchasing these days more from online. So my first priority will be mobile phones. So you are planning to have a blog to display all mobile phones, and you wanted to make money, you wanted to make people purchase from your blog. So how do I get paid? This is called as affiliate marketing. So what happens is Flipkart or Amazon, they have a separate account called affiliate account. You will go there, create your affiliate account. So once you create an affiliate account, you will be asked to give your bank transaction, I mean bank details, you'll give your PAN card details, your Aadhaar card, all the details will be uploaded in the affiliate. So how does this affiliate works? Inside that Flipkart or Amazon, there are something called as affiliate links. You must understand what the user is currently looking for, what is in demand right now. So to understand what is in demand, there are many websites like Yoast is there, YOAST, and there are many other websites. You can just Google it and find it out. So this website will tell me what user, what is a user in particular area, what all the users interest is. So I'm telling this OnePlus phone is what people are getting more these days. So I'm planning to take that OnePlus mobile phone's picture, some whichever color is moving out well. I'm taking that and placing in my blog, or I'm pasting in my Facebook page. That particular link, this link will be given from the Flipkart itself or Amazon itself. There, if you type in the search box like OnePlus, this model or some model you're typing, that particular phone will be displayed. That copy that URL link and put it in your Facebook page or your Instagram page or in your WhatsApp page somewhere. So when people tend to click on that link, and if at all if they see a buy option there, there will be some offers also, even that can be included so that you can attract the user. So I click on that link, so it is directly taken to Flipkart website only. So you feel okay, it is a secure website, and you click on that and you make a payment and you get that product. So what happens if you get that product for 20,000, some amount of money will be given as a commission for this affiliate people. Suppose you have purchased a product of 1 lakh, so some 10% of the amount will be given to this. So that percentage will be mentioned depending on the price and depending on the product what you are placing it there. When you click, when someone else is making the purchase, you will be given a pay. So this is called as affiliate marketing. So it is good for all the website to be a product centric, so that people will always look into that product and get it purchased. So this affiliate marketing thing, personally I have also been using, doing all these things just to understand and explore. From right from 2014 I have been doing this affiliate marketing thing. So next is the lead generation. This is nothing but capturing all the customer informations. So wherever you would have seen login, shall I send you newsletters, give your email ID or give your phone numbers, getting your user information and giving your all your data, selling your data to some other third party. So third party is sending you some promotional messages. This is also more frequently happening these days. You would have purchased some watch, and immediately you will be getting many notification about those any other watch. You would have searched something in Flipkart and you will see more tendency of giving you some offers on that product, giving some lightning deal and trying to make sure that you are going to purchase that product. Even that is also a type of lead generation, also website monetization part. The last one is your email rental, giving a list of email IDs to a particular people and asking them to send emails per day, 1,000 mails per day, 20,000 mails and all. There is something you'll ask them to send per mail, you'll be given some amount. This is also a type of website monetization. So with this I conclude, and I guess everyone have understood something from this SEO thing. Yes. So in case of any queries, in case of any much more details about SEO or how to work from home or how to make some money, if at all you understood the videos, if you like the videos, please, I'll feel good to hear all from all of you for the comments. So thank you guys, thank you for listening. Keep me posted. Thank you all.